Hello, friends. Welcome back. Today has not been the best day. And I want to be real careful with what I share because I am committed to sharing and documenting my authentic journey, my authentic struggle, what's really happening in my life. And there's a therapeutic value that I find or a cathartic value that I get from doing this. Also, I can't wait to look back on these videos at some point in the future and just be able to know how far I've come in my journey. But man, today has sucked. Last night I got no sleep. I normally go to bed pretty early. I'm usually very disciplined about my sleep schedule, my work schedule, my life schedule, and sometimes I feel like there are emotional terrorists in my life that you know hit the detonate the emotional nuclear bombs on me at the worst time possible, at the most inconvenient time possible. But that's the way life goes. I don't get to dictate when things happen, although it sure would be nice if I could. But I got a message last night that disturbed me greatly, and I needed to ensure that the person who sent me the text was okay. And this text came in late, and I was scared. I mean, that's what it was. I was scared. I was feeling protective. I was feeling like I needed to do something, and whether I was right or wrong, I don't know. That's not really. I did the best I could with all the information that I had, but there's no handbook for any of this stuff, so I don't know. But I satisfied myself and comforted the folks who needed it. And eventually, the very traumatic, very escalated, panicked, anxious, scared, fearful, whatever moment passed. And so I was there for that. And I feel good about that. But it completely screwed up exactly what I had intended to do with that time, and that's okay. But I couldn't sleep, and I usually fall asleep pretty fast. I usually drain my body and my energy and my mind more than sufficiently to be able to hit my head on the pillow and be out instantly. But that was not the case last night. I just couldn't sleep. Every worst case scenario, every fear, every uncertainty was just exponentially magnified in my mind, and I couldn't stop it. I just couldn't. I did not have the tools to stop that. And it's Tuesday, so it's Taco Tuesday, right? Well, I don't have any tacos, so it's Blue Monster Energy Tuesday. And so cheers. And I know that's not good for me. But, I've found that I've fallen into a pattern here where I am so consumed mentally with so many different things. And I hate to use the term overwhelmed, but I can't think of a better one. But the amount of energy that my mind eats up, being stuck in a place of fear, doubt, uncertainty, in my personal life, it's impossible that it's not draining me across the board everywhere else. And it's impossible that I'm not suffering in ways that I probably don't even know. But one of the solutions that I found, which is probably not good, which I just shared, is it makes no sense for somebody like me to be drinking the amount of caffeine that I drink because I'm constantly exhausted and or mentally exhausted. I should not be drinking so much coffee. I should not be drinking so many energy drinks. I do drink a lot of water. I drink way over a gallon of water a day, but I just know I'm making bad choices. And yet, it's better than the alternative. I mean, I can rationalize it. It's better than me drinking alcohol, as an example, which I don't drink alcohol. But, it's, it's better than that. But this is something that I want to, at some point, stop doing, because I know that drinking multiple Monster Energy drinks is not good. Now, I just realized I talked about not being able to sleep. I did not do that last night. That was not. It's funny. I'm like immune to caffeine, so I could probably drink a pot of coffee and it would not stop me from falling asleep immediately afterwards if I was tired. So I'm addicted to caffeine, which is probably not great. And that probably lines up with my blood pressure issues and all kinds of other things. But nonetheless, it's been a rough day. It has not been the best day. And I finally did fall asleep around 4 in the morning. And normally I wake up around 4 in the morning, but I tossed and turned and stewed and projected and just was consumed by these feelings that I don't like to be consumed by. And I did things to try to get out of it, right? I do pray. I did turn to God. I did pray for all the people that are involved. I did pray for myself. I did ask for mercy. I did ask for grace. I did ask for blessings. I did ask for blessings for everybody else. I did journal my resentments. I did let go and let God. I did, at least I tried to. I read, I watched, I tried to watch a movie. I did everything I could think of to try to fall asleep, including counting sheep, which is something I had not thought of doing in a long time. But anyway, I fell asleep at 4. I woke up at 10. I never wake up at 10. I can't even think of a time. I don't remember the last time I woke up at 10 o'clock in the morning. But when I woke up, I just felt like shit. And I have a mental hangover from all the other things that are going on. And I wasn't going to share about this, but why the hell not? I said I would, but I don't want this channel to become this like negative Nancy, me bitching about how, challenging whatever the thing is. Like, I don't want this to I don't want it to be negative. But I feel like shit, or at least I did. And then I got into action, and I'm dealing with some heavy issues, and I'm not in control of them, which is challenging. But I pivoted, right? And I went to a very happy memory. I thought of something that happened just recently that I never thought would happen, which is a massive blessing. And it did change my outlook and attitude on the day. So it was only last week. My kids had it's called the Sweetheart Dance, Daddy-Daughter Dance at their school. And so I was excited about that. And I went. Now, that was not the happy, although that is a happy memory, that's not the thing that really made my day change, made my heart shift, made me really feel a lot differently. But I invited somebody to this dance that I never thought would come. And I was a little bit hesitant to ask because I know this person is older. I know they're declining. I know that they're not as mobile. I know I know way too much information about this person than I would if it was anybody other than my father. And my dad and I have had a rough go of it. And I'm, I don't know anybody who doesn't have a complicated relationship at some point with their parents. But I don't think it's uncommon for men, or at least I know it's not uncommon for me to have issues with my dad. My dad is one of the most positive influences in my life, but there were also times where he was the most negative influence in my life. And there was a period of time where we didn't talk, and there was a period of time where things were very tense, and that's putting it extremely mildly, between the two of us. My dad was the top dog alpha male that I've ever experienced when he was younger. And, there's a lot of that I have learned from, and there's a lot of that I needed to unlearn from. But anyhow, there was a point where I thought I would never speak to my dad again. There was a point where there have been many points here recently where I thought he was likely to pass. And so I know that the time that I have with my dad is precious. And although our relationship may be complicated at times, I love my dad. And so my hesitation around asking him was, I don't want to put pressure on him. I don't want him to feel like he needs to do something or has to do something. I know that it would be extremely taxing for him to go to this dance. But there was something in my heart that was telling me to invite him to it. I've never done that before. And so I did. And he said yes. And I think he might have been self-conscious about his age. I think he might have been self-conscious about using a walker. I think he might have been self-conscious about a lot of different things. But he said yes, and he went. And honestly, I had talked to him the morning of the event, and just to check in on him, see how he's doing. And it didn't seem like I thought there was a strong possibility that he would not come. And I wanted to let him know that was okay too. Like, I love him. It's okay. We love him. But if he can't go, we understand. But he did. He came. And I will share a little bit of this moment because I was smart enough to at least get it on video, so I have it forever. But this dance, he was definitively the oldest person there. He was definitively the most disabled there. And I also think he probably had the best time there and one of the best moments there, because I watched him dance with my daughter, and I might get emotional here. I didn't think my dad could walk at all, and sometimes. I didn't think he had the balance, the strength, the endurance, the whatever. But my daughter asked them to dance, and they freaking danced. And I got to see my old dad. Well, he's old, but I don't mean it that way. I got to look back in time and see my dad on a dance floor with his granddaughter and bust a move. Like, I got to see him and my daughter. I got to see such a kind, loving, tender moment that I will have forever, and they will have forever. And now I'm going to put it in this video, so it'll be here forever. But, today hasn't been the best day, and it hasn't, but when I think of that memory, I can tell you, which it's not that old of a memory, but that moment will always make me happy. That moment will always make me feel good. That moment will always remind me how much I love my dad and how much he loves me and how much he loves his grandkids and how much they love him. So although today was not the best day, I can change how I feel about anything and turn it into a better day. So some days will be good, some days will be bad, some days an emotional nuclear bomb will get detonated on me at 10 o'clock at night. I won't get any sleep, and the next day may feel terrible up until I change how I feel about the day. And that's really it, because if I can do it, you can do it. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys remember that you can change how you feel about anything. You can start your day over anytime you want. You can give yourself permission to do it right now. And that's really it. So nothing's as bad as it seems. This too shall pass. And tomorrow, I've got faith, will be even better than today. So let's keep on trucking. Win the day, win the week, win the year, win your life. If nobody's told you today that they love you, just know that I do. And I can't wait to see you on my next video.